Congratulations! You've just been sworn in as the 47th President of the United States. The crowd is cheering, your family's crying, and you're thinking, wait, did I actually want this job? Or did I just get really good at pretending I did? Welcome to your new life. Population, you, 300 million bosses, and the crushing weight of human civilization. Your first day starts at 6 a.m. with the Presidential Daily Brief. A folder lands on your desk containing approximately 47 ways the world might end today. Nuclear threats, economic collapse, that thing happening in the Middle East that apparently requires your immediate attention. You flip through it like a really depressing breakfast menu. Global pandemic or potential World War III? I'll take the pandemic, thanks. Your chief of staff bursts in. Mr. President, Congress wants to meet about the budget. The French president is holding on line too, and Twitter is having a meltdown about your breakfast choice. What did I eat? Cheerios, sir. And that's controversial? Everything's controversial now, sir. You quickly learn that being president is like being a wedding planner. Except the bride is America, the groom is democracy, and everyone's drunk uncle is the media. Every decision you make will be dissected by 47 different cable news panels, analyzed by political scientists, and turned into memes by teenagers who weren't even born when you started your political career. Let's talk about your schedule. Remember when you thought being president meant sitting in the Oval Office, looking thoughtful and occasionally pressing important buttons? Cute. Your actual day involves 73 meetings, 12 phone calls with world leaders, a photo op with the national spelling bee champion, and somehow finding time to read a 400-page briefing on agricultural policy. You haven't seen your family in 3 days, and when you do, there's a Secret Service agent standing 6 feet away taking notes. Honey, how was your day? I can't tell you that, dear. It's classified. You can't tell me about your day. I can tell you I had lunch. The contents of that lunch, however, are a matter of national security. And I also had Cheerios for breakfast. Speaking of Secret Service, you now live in a bubble made of bulletproof glass and constitutional law. Want to go for a walk? That requires a 47-person security detail and advanced teams scouting the route for potential threats. Want to grab a burger? That restaurant will be swept, secured, and probably closed to the public for 6 hours. You miss the simple pleasure of waiting in line at Starbucks, where your biggest worry was whether they'd spell your name right on the cup. Then comes your first real crisis. It's 3 a.m. and you're awakened by the sound of your phone buzzing with the intensity of a fire alarm. Your national security advisor is on the line, and from their tone, you know this isn't about a diplomatic dinner party gone wrong. Mr. President, we have a situation. Those 5 words instantly transform you from a person into a decision-making machine. Whatever choice you make in the next hour could affect millions of lives. No pressure. You sit in the Situation Room surrounded by the smartest people in government, and they're all looking at you like you have the answers. Plot twist. You don't. You have options, all of them terrible, and you have to pick the least terrible one while the clock ticks down and history watches. The Secretary of Defense slides 3 folders across the table. Option A could work, but there's a 30% chance of escalation. Option B is safer, but might be seen as weakness. Option C, he pauses. Well, let's just say option C would definitely make the history books. You stare at the folders like they're bombs themselves, because in a way, they are. You pick one knowing that years from now, political scientists will debate whether you chose correctly. Right now, though, you just hope you can live with whatever happens next. The loneliness hits you at weird moments. During a state dinner, surrounded by 200 people, you realize you're the only person in the room who can't really talk to anyone. Every conversation is a potential diplomatic incident. Every joke might end up in tomorrow's headlines. You smile, shake hands, and internally wonder if this is what it feels like to be a zoo animal. Except the zoo is the entire world and everyone has cameras. Months pass. You've aged about 7 years, your hair has gone gray, and you've developed a permanent expression that can only be described as presidential exhaustion. You've made decisions that will be in history books, signed legislation that will outlast you, and somehow managed to keep the country running despite Congress acting like a group project where nobody did their homework. Late at night, alone in the Oval Office, you stare at the resolute desk and think about all the presidents who sat here before you. They all faced impossible choices, carried unbearable burdens, and somehow found a way to keep moving forward. You signed up to serve your country. Instead, you discovered that your country is now serving you a daily dose of humanity's biggest problems, with a side of constant scrutiny and a complete loss of privacy. But here's the thing about being president. Someone has to do it. Someone has to make the hard choices, carry the weight, and answer the 3 a.m. phone calls. Today, that someone is you. Sweet dreams, Mr. President. Your country is counting on you.